What is going on, players? And welcome back to the FM22 beta with me, Foggy Plays. We are still in charge of Hertha Berlin, as you can see by the fact the background has a whole bunch of Hertha Berlin badges on it. Today we're going to be taking on Leipzig, and we're going to have a little cheeky roundup of our transfers. Wasn't a massively busy winter window, still decent amount of things got done. We've been in fairly good form as well, so can't really complain. Have been a little bit lackluster in some games, just tactically. Not really done it in every game that we've been in charge for the last couple of months. But if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference, and YouTube loves when you like and subscribe because then more people get involved, and that's what we want. So let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so it is game day. We are taking on Leipzig, who are 1 point ahead of us in the league. A win today, we jump above them. That would be fantastic. We are 12 games from the end of the season, and it looks like we should, assuming nothing goes terribly wrong, get Europe this season, and that'd be quite nice. But since you were here last in the defeat to Borussia Dortmund, was it a defeat or did we draw? What is taking so long? Please, game. Everything was working fine, and then I hit record, and now it's not. Okay, here we are. Yeah, so it was a defeat to Borussia Dortmund. We then went off and played 6 games since you were here last. January was interesting. It would be Cologne 2-0. It was pretty good. Then against Wolfsburg, just didn't really hit the ground running. We weren't great in that game. A bunch of our players struggled. Then we went and got beaten by Bayern Munich, and we did not deserve to lose this game. It was 2-2 after 31 minutes. We managed to keep Lewandowski almost completely out of the game, but unfortunately we had our backup goalkeeper in goal, and didn't have a great game. Did make three mistakes. As you can see, left our substitutions just a little bit late, and they scored in the 88th minute with an absolute screamer, to be fair. So that was fantastic. Then against Werder Bremen in the Pokal, we just could not beat them. They were second division side who were sitting mid-table, just could not beat Werder Bremen, and I don't know why. We really could not penetrate them, which was disappointing. We did win the penalty shootout, thankfully, scoring every one of the penalties we took. Then against Bochum, our first league game after the transfer window had closed, and as you can see, Kevin Ehlers scored a brace. He's a new player. We signed him. Fantastic. As a replacement for one of our other players. Scored a brace on his league debut. That was delightful. And then against Fürth, we were just really bad. Like, it was just defensively we were fine. Attacking wise, not so much. Ehlers, I think one of his goals was from a throw-in. Long throws are back. Long throws are exceptional. We've scored quite a number of goals from them. I decided to just try long throws. This one wasn't the long throw. This was from a corner. Corners, as you're probably aware, also quite overpowered this year. If you aim at the front post or the near post, just kick it in. No, okay, maybe it was because Plattenhardt got the assist. I think Jovetic scored from a throw-in as well. This might be another corner. No, it's throw. Yeah, long throws are a thing. They work fantastically well. We are 5th in the league. Like I said, a win today puts us ahead of Leipzig. I'm going to say that Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, probably a little bit too far. Borussia Dortmund did recently lose to Union Berlin, though, who were, after that win, jumped up to 17th in the league. But transfer-wise, we've been busy. We're signing a couple of players. Tim Schreiber from Leipzig, who's on loan at Halle and having a fine season. He just looks like a decent prospect for the future. Connie de Winter is a Belgian centre-back slash defensive midfielder slash centre midfielder slash wing-back. Looks like he could be pretty good. Xavi Simons is joining us at the end of his PSG deal. I think he's going to be pretty decent. And everyone else, you're already aware of. Players that we signed in January, though. Finn Barkson has gone back to Augsburg. Actually, how's he getting on at Augsburg? Have you played since you went back? No, he didn't really play much when he was here either, to be fair. So players we brought in were Bino Gittins, hasn't played yet for the first team. Matthias Arizo, who came in, is now valued at between 24 and 30 million. Hasn't scored yet. It's not been great, but giving him opportunities. He has complained quite an amount since he arrived, but it's going to give him the opportunity to, bed in, see how he gets on. Luis Capado came in. He's just in the first team, just as an option up front. Not the best player in the world, but better than a lot of the strikers we have that are fit. We did sign Ingloati from Aldovisi in Argentina, just as another goalkeeping option, because I signed Schreider, hoping that he'd be coming in because we were getting rid of one or two of our goalkeepers, and I wanted just options because our bench goalkeepers not so great. Zesterstrom is also a goalkeeper. Swedish. I was going to say international, not an international, but he's on loan. He went back on loan to Djurgårdens, so we see how he gets on. And then Kevin Ellers, signed from Dynamo Dresden. It's a pretty decent centre back. So he's been playing as our ball playing defender in the middle of the three. He's been playing quite well. And then the other two, just young players. A centre back, an American centre back, who he had high potential. And Gasal is just a decent winger who I'm trying to turn into a wing back. Players that have that have left. Run Yerstein has gone to Zaragoza. Dovis Selk. Oh no, actually goes way back. Belfodil, after the last episode, threw a strop. So he went to Eintracht Frankfurt, where he hasn't played yet. Quite happy he's gone. Kevin Prince Boateng went on a free to Stuttgart. Richter's gone out on loan to Frankfurt. David Selk went to Lille and has played twice and hasn't scored yet. Quite happy that he has left us. Boyada came to me and said he wasn't going to be good enough to play for us ever again, and I was like, that's fine. I wanted to transfer list you, and I was afraid that was going to mess everything up, so I stripped him of his captaincy, gave it to Sterk, and then he went to Udinese like 2 days later. Fantastic. Federico Navarra has gone out on loan to Union Berlin and probably played that game against Borussia Dortmund and managed to carve out a win. He's a decent centre midfielder, hasn't really been doing much for us so far this year, however, so give him a chance to run around in the first team. We're going to be playing Freiburg in the next 2 games after this one. We end the season against Borussia Dortmund. Fantastic. And in the not too distant future, in like March at some point, we're going to be getting our youth intake, which I'm excited for. First youth intake of FM22, but we're going to be taking on Leipzig now. And we're going to see how we get on. Poulsen as a wide target man. Interesting. Danny Olmo. Garvadal. Still have Golaski in goal. I did try and sign Willie Orban, because I like Willie Orban. I also tried to sign Victor Lindelof, because he came up and I offered him, after Man United, a loan with a mandatory fee of nothing. Interestingly, Man United said no. Interesting. Didn't expect that. So we do have 2 of our 2 players, Gector, who's been actually progressing really quite well, playing for the under-19s. He's jumped up to 3.5-star player. Definitely going to be giving him some more game time. He's just been playing for the under-19s pretty much constantly, so hasn't been in contention for many first team appearances, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So we have Shvalov in goal with Sterk, Ellers and Derde in front of him. Derde is starting ahead of Tornriga because Tornriga's form has been a little bit trash. Sterk, thankfully, has picked up his form and started playing decently well again. Zivik and Plattenhardt as our wingbacks. Plattenhardt has been in exceptional form. Gave him a new contract and he's been brilliant ever since. Toussaint Derrida as our central midfield. Piatek, Arizo and Jovetic starting up front. I was considering playing Melida as a false 9. because that's kind of what I've been playing him as recently. He's not scored since like the second game of the season, so I'm just going to keep potentially just popping him on and off the bench and seeing how he gets on. Just give him an opportunity. He's coming on for like 20 minutes at a time. Don't expect him to like smash it, but at the same time, be nice if he got involved. But at the three striker formation, I'm trying to find the right combination so far. Not really found it. Davis Elkin, Belfodil. Like Belfodil, to be fair, was actually had decent. It says he's consistent, but he really wasn't. He did like 2 games where he played well, and in those 2 games he scored like 5 goals. But like, it was just an expensive player. And Jovetic actually was complaining because I demoted him from a regular starter to squad player. He was not happy with that. But he's quite quickly sorted himself out, and Piatek heads that one just right. We've been quite good at missing opportunities, I have to say. Arizo has been through on goal multiple times and just kind of not really finished. And not really finished, I mean he hasn't at all finished, which has been a little bit disappointing. But if we can win today, I'll be happy, because then we jump ahead of Leipzig, and I would really like to be in the Champions League. Because we are decent amount of money. We're planning hard with the throw, big long throw. Stark puts it in at the far post. Glasky, it kind of, they're definitely going to patch this again, because Plattenhardt's long throws aren't that good as far as I'm aware. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Plattenhardt, what? Okay, we're not going to find out just yet. Plattenhardt with the free kick. Can't find one of our players, and Forsberg goes for a jog. Darde stops him. Poulsen plays it down the line, but Darde is there to pick it up. Plattenhardt, Jovetic, Plattenhardt gets dispossessed. Are we playing on key highlights? I keep pressing the wrong one. Yeah, we are. Okay. Ball's all the way back to the goalkeeper. Darde back to the keeper. Big punt forward. We did actually have an offer accepted for Leandro. Or no, we didn't. Didn't have an offer accepted for Leandro Bittencourt, but I wanted him because when I started playing, or when I got my first time managing Hertha Berlin in FM 2007, was it FM? It was FM 2007 or 2006. It was a time ago anyway. I took over at Hertha Berlin, first player side, Leandro Bittencourt. So he's a player that I do enjoy bringing back into the club as kind of a reminder that, where you came from. Remember where you came from. Plattenhardt with the free kick. Ehlers just heads over. Dynamo Dresden actually had quite a good January business-wise. They made some money off of Bayern Munich as well. Bayern Munich brought one of their strikers in who wasn't really scoring goals, but he is now the backup to Robert Lewandowski. So he's probably quite happy with his decision to, join, I would imagine. He was a pretty regular player for Dynamo Dresden, but like, if you have the opportunity to play for Bayern Munich, I'm pretty sure as a German player you would take it, assuming you're not like, a rival, or you don't play for a rival. Then you'd probably be like, maybe not so much. So it is time for us to make a change. Arizo has been absolutely shocking. We're going to bring on Melida, but make him a false 9. Jovetic can be an advanced forward. Just try and get involved. Tussert can come off for Escobar. Yeah, we will make him a ball-winning midfielder though. Just get him breaking some legs, because why not? And we are going to end that there. Ehlers to Darde. This is the fake highlight. I would imagine Jovetic doesn't get there ahead of Mukile. Plattenhardt steals the ball. Oh, beautiful. Round the corner to Plattenhardt. Plattenhardt whips it across, and the highlight ends just as we're about to take a shot. Fair enough. One thing I have to say is I've not been able to acquire wingers for this team. I would like to play with wingers, but we don't not been able to find any that actually, play football. It's been quite difficult. And Marshall Ruddy has picked up being a left wing back, which is fantastic. Didn't really expect that to happen, but he actually picked it up fairly quickly because we brought him in the summer. To be fair, Mariba from a corner. That was a very well worked corner, to be fair. I don't want to draw. I would like a win, so I'm going to encourage the lads. And we're going to go attacking. Don't want to watch the highlight because really shouldn't be conceding. Who's taking this throw? Agu, long throw. Suat's there. I go back to positive. I need to check their attributes for long throws because that was something I did consider looking to get off of in January. Just like a couple of players popped up and I was like, hey, are you any good at long throws? One of them had like 19, so I was like, yeah, but he's not great. Okay, so Plattenhardt is 16. Agu 14. Sifwick 12. Okay, so Plattenhardt is like the monster of throws. He's a monster thrower of the football. We're going to put Jovetic in as a shadow striker. And then potentially take him, or do we just take him off now? Don't really know. Yeah, I'm going to take Jovetic off, bring on Eklenkamp, who is a shadow striker. And they have an instant highlight. Hopefully this is one of those fake highlights. It's not really a highlight, but they're going to be like, oh, it's a highlight. Agu. Oh, that was the speed of him. And for some reason, was that Melida, who's just off to the side, not quite where he was supposed to be positioned, but we'll take it. This is fine. They're piling on the pressure now. Stark finds Agu sitting out on the touchline. Stark finds Escobar all the way back to the keeper. Derde, Ellers. Don't really like this playing around at the back, lads. Agu, Piatek, very deep, and that was Mitchelstad. Boga gets dispossessed by Plattenhardt, but unfortunately can't keep the ball. And Lamer, their ball-winning midfielder, defensive midfielder, is for some reason in the box with 3 minutes left of the game. We're not going to go very attacking. What a run he... they moved him to attack midfield. Okay, fair enough. I was going to say, if he was still playing as a DM, what was he doing so far forward? Mitchelstad, ex-Hertha player, who we sold for, I want to say 6 million at the start of this year. Oh, come on. I'm going to berate them. That was absolutely horrendous. We were so much better for so much of the game. I'm far from pleased with that result. Ariza, I'm going to drop Ariza. Quite angry with how badly he played. To be fair, you were terrible. Escobar, I'm not playing Escobar ever again. Every time we play him, he does something stupid. Got himself sent off the first game that we played him. This season, the second time he was just shocking. This is the third game he's played, I think, this year. He's just, every time we bring him on, he wants more first team football. He's gone. And you know I'm going to do it because of what happened with Belfodil. When I straight up sold him. That was, to be fair, that was not great. I am not happy with that. What I found as well is if you send your assistant, the journalists still take a liking to you, which is interesting. Not really sure that's how it works, but that's fine. So I think for the next episode we'll come back at some point in we have to come back for Union Berlin, and potentially I'll probably record when we get our youth intake, and just attach it. If it's a decent youth intake, it's probably not going to be, by the looks of it. We have one defensive midfielder. It looks like he's got potential. The rest of them look trash. But we shall find out when that comes. We're going to be taking on our local rivals, Union Berlin, in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed this one, do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.